Antonio was home alone tonight when he decided to go downstairs using his phone as a flashlight. When he tried to flip the switch, nothing happened. The lights refused to turn on, leaving him with only the faint glow of his camera to guide him through the shadows. He advanced cautiously into the dining room, where the table sat silent and undisturbed. But that was when everything changed.
A lot of fear. I was left alone in the house. Things have changed for me since I watched that video. I hear things. There's no light. I don't know what to do. I hear a lot of things. Oh God, I'm scared. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Who's there? And oh my God, what's up? What's up? What is that? What's up? What's up? What is that? What is that? No way.
Suddenly, a dining chair scraped the floor, sliding backward with a slow and deliberate movement. It was as if an invisible presence was pulling it. The sound echoed throughout the house, and Antonio froze, his breath short as fear took hold of him. The video cuts off moments later, leaving viewers nervous and speculating about what kind of paranormal activity had taken over. If a chair could slide with such force, what supernatural thing could have been hiding in the shadows waiting for him? And who can say how much darker the situation became after the camera stopped recording?
What is that? What is that? No way.
This video was posted by a woman named Hannah a day after dinner. Hannah was calmly watching videos on her phone. Suddenly, a disturbing phenomenon occurs.
Hello?
Suddenly, creaking is heard from upstairs, sounding just like someone walking on the second floor. Her dog, sensing something she can't see, starts barking furiously. Hannah, alerted, cautiously approaches the stairs, and that's when it happens. Suddenly, she hears quick footsteps, as if someone is running down toward her. Terrified, Hannah ran out of the house immediately. The scariest part is that Hannah was completely alone at home that day. She says that paranormal phenomena had never happened in her home before. But then what exactly was that sound? A mother named Monique collected a series of strange things that had been happening inside her house. And the strangest part is that there's a pattern. Each incident involves only her baby's belongings. Nothing else in the house changes or moves. And for reasons she can't ignore, Monique believes it's her own grandmother trying to make her presence known. Watch closely. first glance, you might immediately assume it's gravity, vibrations, or something simple, until you hear why Monique thinks it's her grandmother. Years ago, her grandmother was obsessed with protecting every newborn in the family. She always said babies arrived with angels still clinging to them. She also bought musical toys for each grandchild, insisting that music kept the children safe. And the day Monique brought her baby home, she swears she smelled her grandmother's perfume, exactly the same scent right next to the crib, seeing that only the baby's toys gently turn on, almost as if someone is playing with the child from the other side. She can't shake the feeling that her grandmother is watching over him. But what if it's not her grandmother or a friendly spirit? Many people have warned Monique to cleanse the house with sage, open all the windows, and let any energy inside find its way out. But what do you think? Would that really help, or could it make things worse? I'll leave that for you to decide. A TikTok user focused on paranormal investigation recently explored a notorious ruined abbey. This place was built in 1879 and served as a chapel and home for about 250 monks in the past. Today, the monastery is in ruins and is a famous hotspot for paranormal activity in the local area. While they were exploring the basement, they came across something unexplainable. Look in the background.
Man in white clothing resembling a doctor. All right. I don't know if it was my eyes, but did anyone just see something white? Like something misty just walking over there like that?
My eyes didn't move my flashlight. I didn't move my flashlight.
A ghostly mist appears out of nowhere and slowly moves toward the right side of the screen. When listening to the original audio, it seems that the explorers also managed to see it at that moment. When reviewing the footage at home, they were already convinced that they had captured a real ghost on camera. Do you think that mist was the spirit of one of the monks who lived there? Let me know your opinion in the comments. A woman named Hannah has been trying to solve one of the strangest mysteries she has faced since becoming a mother. The invisible person her daughter insists is her friend. Caring for a new baby brings endless questions. Why won't they sleep through the night? Is that rash serious? Why does she refuse to eat? And for problems like that, there's always someone you can ask. Doctors, relatives, friends, or even late-night internet searches. But this situation, this is different. Why? How do you explain that your daughter is talking to someone you can't see without being told you're overreacting? Or even worse, that people judge your daughter as weird? One night, Hannah decided she needed real answers.
You hold the camera and all you have to do with it is walk around because it's recording a video. So you don't need to take pictures. You can just walk around. Do you know if Joe is down here?
He shows up while we're sitting.
Is he sitting there?
Yes.
Can you tilt the camera, see if you can get him out of the video?
Yes.
Is he still in the chair?
This is where he sleeps. He has left his left hand.
Does he sleep down here?
Yes, I can't see him because it looks like he's asleep.
He's asleep.
No, you can't sit there because that's not a bed. But that is the bed. Joe says that this is the bed where all his friends share.
Oh.
But he doesn't see me.
He doesn't see you?
He doesn't see me for a long time. He doesn't see me for millions of days. He only sees me sometimes.
He only sees you occasionally. Do you think Joe has something under the house?
Now you see it. Something right down here. Just a little breeze.
Just a little breeze.
He doesn't play with the balloon.
He doesn't play with the balloon?
I leave it on the couch for him in case he wants to play. Here you go, Joe.
What worried him the most was when Hazel, his little girl, casually mentioned that her friends sleep there. That meant it wasn't just one invisible presence in the house. There was more than one, and viewers quickly pointed something out. The camera malfunctioned at the exact moment when Hazel pointed at the chair and looked under it. Some claim that it's not an accident. Some say that electronic devices can become distorted when they're pointed at a spirit. Others say it could simply be interference, a weak signal, or even a minor lens issue. But in this case, the timing felt too precise. Things only got creepier. One night, as she put Hazel to bed, Hannah mentioned Joe again, hoping for more clues to understand the situation. By then, she had already found out the last names of the children who had lived in the house years ago, and wanted to know if Joe's last name might match. What happened next left her stunned.
Downstairs is Joe's birthday.
Is it Joe's birthday downstairs?
Yes. It's Joe's birthday. He likes flowers. He likes flowers.
He likes flowers.
Little flowers and big flowers.
Does Joe like flowers?
He likes them. He likes flowers. When he has flowers, he does.
Oh, he likes jokes.
Yes.
Do you know what Joe's last name is?
No.
Is his last name Joe? That's it? Doesn't he have a different name?
No, he does have a different name. Corn. And ere and pear. And he has those letters on that page.
Little Hazel, who can barely spell her own name, started spelling Joe's last name and got 5 out of the 7 letters right. Something that Hannah still can't believe. She refuses to share the name publicly out of respect for the family, but the reality remains. Hazel should never have known. For a while, the interactions between Hazel and Joe seemed harmless and even sweet. But then came a twist that Hannah never saw coming. One night downstairs, Hannah grabbed a book about being nervous. Without hesitation, Hazel said, "Joe gets nervous sometimes." When Hannah asked why, Hazel replied, "Joe gets nervous when John comes in." But who was John? And how did another figure suddenly enter the story?
Who is John?
He is the person who is very mean to me.
Is he mean to you?
Yes.
Where does he live?
He lives next to Joe's house. But Joe says, don't ever listen to him again.
Okay.
At this point, Hannah started talking about cleansing the house with sage, as she said, "I already had enough to deal with without having a ghost and even less 2 spirits with unresolved issues." She even joked about a scary scenario. Imagine you dislike your neighbor your whole life. Then you both die and end up trapped living next to each other in the afterlife. But the drama didn't stop with ghostly names. Soon, strange activity started happening around the house. One day, while she was in the workshop built by the previous owner, Hannah caught something unsettling on camera.
So I'm going to finish up quickly before going downstairs. The other thing up here that's hers is this box. And my husband stacked everything on top, so it's too heavy for me to open. If I remember right, there was nothing inside. It just says Peninsular and Oriental Steam Navigation, and there are some old torn-off stickers there. But I could take a look later. When my husband is here, I'm going to get him to come down with me because I'm getting a little scared. So this is the tour of the workshop. So far I haven't found anything with names, but I'll keep looking. What the hell was that? Okay, now I hear noises, so I'm going to get out.
Goodbye.
Let me ask you this. If you were in Hannah's place, how would you deal with this? Would you pack up and leave? Would you call for help? Or would you try to coexist with Joe? This video was posted by a user on TikTok named Void. It happened on a weekend night. Emily went to visit her best friend, Brittany's house. When they both went into the bathroom, unexplained things started to happen.
Guys, I'm scared. Did you see that? Brittany.
Brittany, there's literally no one else here except Brittany and me, and Brittany is in the bathtub. I got so scared being outside alone. I came here to sit with her, and I keep seeing things on the other side of the door.
But everyone else is away.
It's okay, there's no one in this place. Brittany and I are just checking.
Maybe someone came into the house, okay?
All right, I'm checking this end of the house while Brittany is checking that end, and I'm getting scared. Hello, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Emily is terrified in the bathroom as she and Brittany try to determine if there's an intruder in the house. You can clearly hear a child's voice coming from the kitchen. And not only that, look closely. The pantry door moves slightly on its own. And at the end, the child's voice is heard again. It is said that this house is 150 years old. Could it be that the spirit of a child is hiding within its walls? What do you think? It was late enough that the night market should have felt quiet. However, every metal shutter was tightly closed, and the whole place seemed deserted except for May, walking through the empty aisles. She knew the market was closed and there shouldn't have been a single sound. So the first faint scream froze her completely, echoing like someone crying out in pain. From deep within the steel stall, she slowly followed the noise. Each step made the sound sharper and more desperate until she felt it was right beside her. But no matter how many times she turned around, there was never anyone in sight.
Imagine walking through the Central Market and hearing this.
The screams and cries kept getting louder as she moved forward, but she couldn't locate the source, even when it seemed to be just a few meters away. By the time she reached the end of the hallway, the noise was so loud it seemed to come from the walls, and she turned, expecting someone to appear. But every shutter remained sealed as if they hadn't been moved in hours. That was the moment she realized she hadn't been following a person at all, and how the sound stopped instantly when she stopped recording. Sensing her understanding, the presence made the following silence feel even heavier. May had walked straight into something, desperate to be heard, and the fact that it never revealed itself only confirmed that she had been listening to a ghost. This next case comes from a man who is experiencing paranormal phenomena in his own home. He claims that the piano is often heard playing from a room where there is no one. Since his friends didn't believe him, he decided to set up a camera to get definitive proof. Suddenly, the keyboard lid lifts by itself, and even though no one is sitting there, the piano sounds twice. If you watch the video closely, something like a white mist seems to move near the piano, Could this whole sequence be the work of a ghost who wanted to play one last melody? What do you think? The Ogden Paranormal team chose to spend the night in the notoriously haunted Asylum 49, a place that has long been rumored to be one of the most active sites in the entire state. During part of their investigation, 2 members, a man and a woman, sat silently in a dark room, watching and waiting to see if any paranormal activity would occur. Meanwhile, the rest of the team monitored from another section. What happened next was deeply unsettling.
It sounded like a whisper.
Something was against the door.
Did you notice that?
I'm getting scared. It's not enough back there. I know it's weird.
For several minutes, nothing moved at all. The only thing breaking the silence was the faint hum of their equipment. Then, without warning, soft noises began to emerge behind them, like the shuffling of distant feet or something moving in the shadows. Just out of sight, the 2 exchanged uneasy glances before slowly turning around. At the same time, the camera follows their movement, revealing an empty space. No figure, no movement. However, the strange sound lingers for another moment before disappearing completely. No one else had been near that area. The team later reviewed their static cameras and confirmed no one entered or left the room during that time, making this one of the creepiest moments of their night inside Asylum 49. What you will see next comes from the official broadcast of Queen Elizabeth II's funeral. These images were broadcast by British public television, but what caught everyone's attention was a creepy audio that slipped into that recording.
Death is irreversible and the...
As you can see,
As you can see, here in London, it's a beautiful day, and as the funeral carriage heads towards West London, Emily Moore...
Death is irreversible and the... Death is irreversible and...
As you can see, a voice can be heard.
Death is irreversible and the...
It sounds so clear that you would think it's a news anchor. However, what she says is that death is irreversible. Those are words that are too dark and inappropriate to be said by a commentator. The video quickly went viral on social media during the Queen's funeral because many people pointed out that the voice sounded a lot like Princess Diana's. In later investigations, the television network responded that no woman in the studio had spoken those words. It's a strange video. Could this voice have been Lady Di, who met a tragic end and appeared at this historic event? You decide.
Death is irreversible.
Rosana's case has become one of the longest and most disturbing paranormal investigations we've seen. She has tried everything imaginable. She has spoken with countless investigators. She has repeatedly tried cleansing rituals, changed rooms, and altered habits. But instead of calming down, the supernatural activity has only intensified. One early morning, she woke up suddenly after hearing a toy she was sure had stopped working a long time ago. Still confident, she grabbed her phone and went to take a look.
I'm fed up. I'm fed up. I'm fed up.
Peekaboo, I'm here.
So the Chupi is on the very top of the shelf over there. and it doesn't work anymore. Done.
Peekaboo, I'm here.
Classic. Look, it's off.
Peekaboo, I'm here. Peekaboo, I'm here.
It didn't work anymore.
Peekaboo, I'm here. Peekaboo, I'm here.
Everything's fine. I'm scared.
Peekaboo, I'm here.
Shut up. Shut up! I heard it.
Peekaboo, I'm here.
I'm not crazy. I heard it.
While she was recording, she didn't notice the shadowy figure slipping right in front of her. She only discovered it later when viewers pointed it out to her. What made this whole moment even creepier is that the toy's batteries had been dead for months. So the fact that it suddenly turned on by itself, added to that dark silhouette moving and the faint voice whispering, "Hello."
Hello.
It made everything feel much more deliberate, almost as if something lurking in the house was trying to lure her. The viewers also noticed something even more unsettling. The bathroom door was open, and in countless ghost cases, bathrooms often become hotspots for paranormal activity. Some investigators believe mirrors are spirit portals, while others think moving water attracts or intensifies supernatural energy. And some claim that bathrooms are simply closed in narrow areas where shadows and movements are more easily hidden. For Rosana, all these details lead to a very frightening conclusion. Whatever is in her house is becoming more aggressive. She is desperate for real help, especially because she wants to bring her children home, but she is terrified of exposing them to something potentially demonic. Until someone can tell her exactly what she is facing, Rosana remains trapped in fear, and her case remains completely unsolved. A ghost hunter and his team visited a house that once belonged to an elderly couple who had passed away, leaving the place untouched and abandoned for years. They were just starting to set up their equipment in the living room when the investigator suddenly heard a noise coming from one of the back rooms. His first thought was simple. Probably a rat or maybe something knocked over by a draft. But when he entered the room, this is what he witnessed.
I'm not sure. I don't see anything. So you can hear it, but you can't see it. Oh my God, brother, pay attention. Oh, I don't even know how to talk anymore. I can't take it. What did he say? I'll put on the...
If it had only been the window moving, maybe, just maybe, he could have convinced himself it was something natural. But the moment that old doll started to talk, he instantly knew this had nothing to do with rodents or a loose frame. Something else was inside that house, and it seemed to be revealing itself slowly, almost intentionally, as if it wanted to be noticed. From that point on, the paranormal activity intensified. Pockets of cold air kept floating between the team members and a painting on the wall. It kept tilting back and forth repeatedly, as if someone invisible was trying to get their attention. Every sign pointed to the same truth. Was something or someone inside that home with them? After checking the entire building and confirming that there was no living person present, they decided to try to communicate with any spirit that might remain there. Watch closely.
Can you throw that picture frame? Can you? Any spirit that is on the balcony, any entity, I order you to throw down that picture of Mrs. Tamia. Oh, all right, I'm heading home. What the hell? When he asked the spirit to lower the painting and it actually moved, viewers immediately started theorizing.
What the hell?
Damn it.
Call, hey, the police.
Damn it. Damn it! Oh God.
Some think the ghost was showing anger or frustration. Others believe it was just reacting to being noticed, grateful for the acknowledgement. Some even suggested that the frame might contain a photograph or a memento connected to the couple who lived there. Knocking it down was its way of signaling unfinished business. The team tried another approach, hoping to learn more about the history of that spirit.
Since when did you die?
Prisoner.
Oh God, he was a prisoner in the war. Give me a number.
Leonard.
Leonard. Are you guys crazy? I speak English and she replies in Romanian.
Sometimes the spirits struggling to cross over don't stay because they choose to. Some remain because they're confused, unable to accept their death. Others stay because of emotional attachment, a memory, a person, or an object they can't let go of. And in certain cases, they stay because they're waiting for someone to help them finish something they never completed in life. The investigators continued communicating, testing how receptive and aware the supernatural presence really was.
Anna Maria, close that door a little if you can. Enough! Get out of here, Anna!
What's wrong with you, man?
Dude, the door closed. Are you out of your mind?
Fortunately, their meeting that night remained calm. The spirit never tried to harm or attack them. Instead, its behavior felt intelligent and purposeful, as if it carried a message it couldn't fully express. But why is it still in that house and hasn't crossed over? It's still something the team hasn't discovered yet. So until they learn more and share new updates, this case remains unsolved. Now we move to Oklahoma. A woman, after a long night shift, was resting in the Porsche with 3 friends. It was around 4 in the morning when something broke the calm.
All right, here we go. Oh my God, can I grab those keys? Can I grab those keys?
A creepy scream can be heard. Witnesses said the voice came from an abandoned cabin next door. Frightened by the scream, the girls quickly ran inside the house. A viewer who analyzed this video commented that, in addition to the scream, it seems you can hear a voice whispering, "Close the door." The owner of the house mentions that strange things always happen around her property. But this is the first time the camera has captured something this clear. Whose voice was that, and why were they screaming in the middle of the night? Thank you for watching the video. Only the brave make it this far. Leave a like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell for more horror. Have some good nightmares.